it as a professional, it was actually last year when I quit my job in December.
What's up, guys? It's the Brazilian Bros with MACkiteboarding, and today we have a very special guest. We're back here with Lana Herman. We are here in Hermanus. We just came off the water. It was an amazing session, and today it is time for us to ask her some questions. Obviously, she's an international rider for Harlem, and she's representing Harlem and ProLimit in the biggest stage of kitesurfing. She just came back from a podium at King of the Air, which is awesome. But I want to get started from the very beginning. You were telling me you're from Slovenia, which is a very small country, right? You used to be part of the Yugoslavia, yes? But how do you go from being born in Slovenia to starting your kitesurfing career? What were like those first few kiteboarding sessions and lessons?
Well, for me it started when my parents were fighting because they got a divorce. And then my mom started to date a kite surfer, and he was like old kite surfer, kiting and windsurfing for like 20 years or even more. And he said, "Oh, do you want to try this sport?" And I was like, okay, whatever, I can try a sport. And at the beginning, I hated it. Like before I could go upwind, I was like, fuck this sport, fuck this shit, I'm not doing this again. I had to walk on the beach. But the first time, I still remember it. It was in Lefkada in Greece. The first time I managed to come back upwind to the same point. It was the best feeling of my life. Like, wow, I was impressed.
That's so good to hear. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. I can relate to, right? Those first few lessons where you just hate your life because you can't do upwind, you can't do your water start. So even Lana, who's a professional big air rider, struggled at the beginning, which is it's nice. It's nice to hear, you know, that once upon a time you were in that position as well. Okay, so thanks to your mom's boyfriend, I think, yeah. Thanks to your mom boyfriend, you got into kiting, and then you start kiting. At what point did you realize I can actually do this for a living? Like, at what point did you start going into competitions and getting the feel that you might do this as a career?
Well, when I had my first competition, I didn't think I can do this for a living. It was, I'm not exactly sure, but it was Lords of Tram maybe 3 years ago. I'm not sure. And it was horrible. Like, it was first time for me in strong wind because I only kited in Brazil and Croatia in light wind. But that I really did it as a professional, it was actually last year when I quit my job. Actually, it was December 24, I quit my job. And yeah, unfortunately, then right after I got injured. But now is the time that I fully live as a professional kite surfer.
That's cool. So as early as December last year, you were still, so you're working and competing? How was that?
Pain in the ass. No, really, I was bad doing my job. I was bad doing kiting, and I had to decide for one thing, and because kiting is my biggest passion in life so far, I decided to try it. I risked it all, and yeah, here we are.
That is awesome. And I think that's like a recurrent thing, which is, I think there's very few people out in the world right now who are making a living off of kitesurfing, right? And I think you made it. So you pretty much gave up your job and now you're doing what you love. So how was that transition? Are you happy with how it's going so far? I'm
extremely happy. I love my life right now, really. And I have really great support from Harlem. Financially could be better, but no, we have really good relationship and everything is working fine so far.
That's awesome. Okay, so then you started doing it full time, and then you have your injury. What was that like? Because I know that was probably like a tough time in your life, right?
Yeah, it sucked, to be honest. Like, injuries are no joke, and I never had a serious injury before. And what was special about my injury, because my leg got infected, so I didn't have a timeline how long it's gonna take, because I thought it's gonna take maybe 3 months, and then after 3 months the bone didn't heal. I was like, okay, 1 more month and I'm out there. And after 1 month the bone didn't heal, and then it was really depressing. But I tried to keep calm. I spent time with my family. I took care of my leg. I was sleeping like 10 hours a day, so I really was focused on getting better and be on the water as soon as possible.
That's very inspiring. So you basically you do your injury, you go through your recovery process, and then you show up at King of the Air, and then you make the podium. How does that work?
Life, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
No, I mean, it's okay. Like, what was it like to make this huge comeback, you know, being off the water for so long? Do you still remember like your first session after your injury?
Yeah, I remember. I went to Dahab to have the light wind, and in my head I picture, oh, I will do this, and then you go in the water and it doesn't really work like you imagine. But first sessions were not so good. Were okay. Like I could still do stuff, but then when I arrived to Cape Town, this is when I got a kick in my head. But after just doing straight jumps, just straight loops, after maybe 3 weeks of sessions, yeah, it came back, the confidence.
Nice. So you get your confidence back, and now you qualify to COTA, and then you show up at COTA. What does being part of COTA and what does actually coming in the podium represent to you? What does it mean to you as a rider?
I should say it was a honor and blah blah blah, but I was quite disappointed with myself because in the final I didn't really do what I wanted to do. I put the pressure in my mind, and yeah, I was not happy at all with my performance. So maybe my point of view looking at the being podium of COTA is much different than most of them, but I mean, of course it feels good, and it's like approve the, okay, Lana, like you can do this, but I really want to like push harder and I will be happy when I will be happy with my performance, you know. I don't care so much, of course I care about podiums, but I will be truly satisfied when I will be happy with my performance and how I did in the competition.
That's good. So like pretty much if you do your tricks and you feel good about your tricks and the way you perform, that's all that matters to you.
Yeah, pretty much. And the prize money.
Yes. Let's get those prices a little higher. Come on, like King of the Air, GK, you guys are watching this. Let's pay these guys what they deserve. But okay, so obviously you're not satisfied. You want to do better. What is the future, like what are some of the things that you want to accomplish in, let's say, medium term and long term? Like what are some of the things that you really strive to conquer in the world of kitesurfing?
You mean trick-wise or?
Anything that comes to mind, trick-wise, competition-wise, money-wise, travel-wise, anything that comes to mind.
I mean, for sure, winning competition is #1 goal. And landing tricks with board off and rotations, this is my goal now. And being like confident in the air, knowing exactly where the kite is. So when you add some rotation that you still don't lose control, this is my goal.
Very good. Well, we've been watching you, and yeah, we're very, very impressed. You got the added rotations going, and yeah, you have a really cool style about your riding, which is really cool to see. And you've got Lords of Tram coming up. Are you feeling ready for that? Where's your mindset now?
Yeah, I feel ready. I feel good about it, and let's hope for the best conditions so we can also enjoy, and that's it.
Sick. Well, we can't wait to watch Lana compete at the highest stages of kitesurfing. It's been amazing to meet her. We actually released that vlog, which you were the highlight of. So if you haven't seen that vlog, make sure to check it out because it was a blast. And we have to thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying the scenery. I mean, these mountains are absolutely beautiful. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to MACkite on YouTube and to follow Lana Herman and the Brazilian Brothers on Instagram for more. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you having me here.
Of course. See you next time. Peace out.
See you next time.
Yes.